This week on Midmo J, the turkey hunting is hot. And I mean hot. So we are 2 days from youth season. The weather is about to change for the bad. We actually are forecasted for 3 to 6 inches of snow tomorrow night. Today, it's about 60 degrees. So it's gonna be a complete 180 switch. With the warm weather, we are using this evening to go see if we can kind of put some turkeys to bed and get kind of a rough idea where they may roost tomorrow night. Big old gobbler. Big old gobbler. Big gobbler. This weather was gonna hold, but it's not supposed to. If the weather would hold, we'd kill him Saturday morning.
On the opening day of youth season, we actually didn't get the snow, but we still had frigid temperatures. My truck was reading 19 degrees when we walked into the bottom. Set up on a gobbler, I did my best to try to coax him out to my decoys in the field. My ill-fated attempts to call him into the field yielded very little. He had a couple hens with him and went behind us down to the creek and stayed down there for the rest of the morning. The rest of the day was spent being one step behind the gobblers. We tried everything we could do to get ahead of them with little to show for it. With the cold spring, the foliage is pretty much non-existent, which means sneaking up on a gobbler is pretty much non-existent. So we had to use the terrain as best we could to stay out in front of them, but it was very, very tough to do. Being slightly warmer and no wind, the birds were hot on day 2. I gave them some soft tree yelps just to let them know I was there, and it wasn't too long, they were heading our direction. I thought this gobbler was going to the hens, but he was actually circling around us. And this is what happened.
Yes!
Sunny shouldn't again, or is he dead?
He's dead.
Yeah! You got your bird, Bubba. You got your bird. I would say 9-inch beard. He's just a nice gobbler. Nice fan. Put his fan up. We'll get you on the camera. Since I probably got terrible footage. How you feel, Bubba? Yeah.
Better than last year.
Better than last year?
We was out there on that tree. We had 2 of them on the roots close to us. The first one was across the creek. He went down with some hens. The other one was still hot. He was down there. He ended up following the same path. He came across. We thought I would get a shot at him. He basically went with the same path on the other side of the creek and went with the other hens that were on this side of us. And this one, about all of 5 minutes later, he hammered back. He was all fanned out. I thought he was a ways away. Jason made him gobble a couple more times, went to soft calling.
I made you stand. The big thing was I made you stand up because think about when you're hunting back in the woods a little bit. See all this brush out here in front? I knew when we were at that tree right there, and I knew he wasn't going to have much of a shot on the ground. So I went ahead and told him to stand up. Standing up, he could shoot over the top of this, and that's exactly what he did. So.
Came in about 15 yards and got a bunch of pellets in his head.
Yep.
Oh my. Oh. Oh, he was cutting down woods, and then he died. Hey, stop recording that.
Dylan's singing now, so.
No, I'm not.
He's just a little bit happy. Just a little bit. He told me, he said, I was surprised that you didn't take all the credit for it, or at least my share of the credit. Yeah. So here's my credit, yeah.
This guy, he's gonna take credit.
I called
for
him,
everything.
I gotta teach him how to call so he can call his own, but.
He's gonna take credit for everything except for pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
What's gonna happen.
yeah, exactly. It's all me. It's all me, yeah. Other than pulling the trigger, yeah. He did all that himself. And that's been a lot of work till he could actually hit one. So.
Hey!
So we had a successful youth season and Dylan killed his first gobbler. It was a proud moment for me because I actually got to see a lot of the hard work that him and I have put together come to fruition. Since then, the regular turkey season has opened, and as I teased at the beginning of the video, I did have some luck this week, and I'll be bringing that to you next week. So I look forward to bringing you that story, and it's a great one. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.